Hi everyone. Uh, it's Saturday, the day before Mother's Day, and I know a lot of you who haven't gotten a chance to get to the store and run off and buy that Mother's Day gift for your mom are writing about today trying to get those last minute purchases done. Good luck. I hope I hope the stores weren't pig clean by the time you got there. And yeah, I just want to say hi to everyone and give you my new review of um, The Goddess Tests by Amy Carter. And if you've seen my bookish purse tag, you've known I finally broke down and bought a Kindle. Yeah, I was on the fence whether to purchase the Kindle or the Nook. And right now, the Kindle is more affordable. I will eventually get a Nook, but right now the Kindle is more affordable. The Goddess Test is told from the perspective of Kate Winters. And Kate is um, a young girl who's gone to this town called Eden Manor to take her dying mother to her hometown to die, basically. And when she gets there, she meets this young girl who immediately takes a dislike to her because she thinks that she's competition and she's trying to steal her boyfriend. So she plays a prank on her, and something goes horribly wrong, and she dies. And in a panic, Kate tries to save her, and Henry, aka love interest, he shows up and says, um, and asks her what would she do for if he could save her, and she basically said she'll do anything, just save her, and he does, and she's happy, and she thinks after a while she thinks it was a dream and it couldn't be real, so she when he's excuse me, when he comes for her, she basically tells him to take a hike, and when she does that, her friend Ava ends up dying because ultimately she was supposed to die and he's the one that saved her, but there was a bargain and she didn't hold her end of the bargain, so she dies. Okay, so this is where Kate's story starts. The selection process that Haiti has to go through to replace the underworld queen to find himself a new wife, and the prospects that he has that has been chosen so far. Every time they go through the testing process, they end up dying right before Christmas. Everyone dies. So um, when he meets Kate and she decides, okay, she's gonna take the test, she's gonna do it or whatever, he's very distant and very aloof with her because he doesn't think she's gonna make it past Christmas. And that's basically how the story goes, a little give and take or whatever. Um, the story is basically the process that Kate has to go through to take the test and to win Hades over, and that's about how much I'm gonna say. I think I've already said enough. Uh, but I hope I've said enough to get you interested into reading this book because it was a really good book. Um, and Amy Carter's writing in this book, I fell in love with it. I loved her use of description. It was very immersive, and I just loved her book to pieces. I mean, I think I fell in love with her writing more than the story. I'm sorry to say, but it was a good story. But I think her writing is what is the thing that puts it over the top. But anywho, I'm rambling. The things that I loved, like I said, her writing, awesome. Love the way the use of her words and description and her characters, the way she built them and developed them and everything, and the relationship between Kate and Henry, aka Hades. Um, it does remind you a little bit of the Stockholm syndrome effect going on there a little bit, and their interactions are weird at first, and tense and strained. Excuse me. But the relationship between the two of them becomes quite endearing. And the process, I love the fact that it was not an overnight thing, that it was a slow development. It made it more real and more genuine. Oh, and what I didn't like was the fact that there was no setup for these tests. The 7 tests she's supposedly has to pass. There's no setup for them, so you don't know when it's coming and what it will be. So she could fail it. You could fail at any time because you don't know what it's gonna be, what it is, or whatever. And there's no, and you only know after she passes what the tests were, so you're not prepared for it. And also, I some of the plot was easy to figure out, and I don't know if that was intentional to give the reader a sense of power, because so that they were distracted, that whenever she threw a twist in that you weren't expected, you were distracted by the fact that you thought you knew you thought you knew the plot, or you thought you knew what was going to happen. I don't know if that was the point, but yeah, I really enjoyed the Goddess Test, and I would purchase a hard copy of it. Um, so I gave the Goddess Test a 4 out of 5. That was my judgment, a 4 out of 5. And I hope this review is helpful. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in my next video. Ta-ta! Oh yeah, that was an attempt to be cool. I don't think I'll do that again. Bye. um, Excuse me. I'm sorry.